Red Bull has won its battle for Formula One's engine development to be frozen earlier than planned, which means it's set to finalise a deal to take over Honda's engines from 2022. Honda is leaving F1 at the end of this year, after what will be only its third season partnered with Red Bull and fourth with its sister team AlphaTauri. We've known since last summer that Honda was immediately open to a deal to let Red Bull take over its engines after 2021, and Red Bull soon indicated it was keen to maintain the engines itself with a beefed up facility in Milton Keynes and some third-party support. But Red Bull was adamant it wouldn't be able to fund, let alone carry out, the development of the Honda power unit, and so began a long process of trying to bring forward an engine development freeze to 2022. That's now finally been agreed to, paving the way for Red Bull to finalise its own deal with Honda. What's the freeze and how will it work? Under the previous rules, engine development was set to be halted for 3 seasons starting in 2023. That would have meant Red Bull's rivals were able to develop their 2022 engines over the winter for 23, while Red Bull was left using the engine inherited from Honda next year. But a vote over bringing the engine freeze forward to the start of the 2022 season has finally been tabled and received unanimous support. That's a compromise that should satisfy both Red Bull and its rivals. It means all the manufacturers will at least have the opportunity to update their engines after the end of the 2021 season to make sure they're compatible with new, increased percentage synthetic fuels for 2022. Meanwhile, Red Bull doesn't have to watch its rivals get an extra round of development at the end of next year. One of the obstacles to the early freeze was the suggestion that F1 could or should incorporate a system that artificially boosts the performance of any manufacturer that begins 2022 with a major engine deficit. Ferrari and Red Bull were in favour of this, but Mercedes and Renault were strongly opposed, calling it a balance of performance style system that was against F1's DNA. F1's new governance process meant unanimity was not actually required for this, as Mercedes and Renault could not necessarily have blocked it, even with the support of the 3 Mercedes customer teams. But F1 and the FIA were understood to have wanted everybody to agree to the freeze and the terms around it, rather than force the rule through anyway. And in the end there was unanimous support, with no indication that a performance balancing method has been considered at all. Red Bull Honda takeover set to be agreed. Approval of the engine freeze opens the door for Red Bull and Honda to finalise a deal that we understand has been agreed in principle for some time. Private discussions between Red Bull and Honda took place to establish the specifics of their arrangement and were understood to have swiftly gained support from Honda in Japan, not just its F1 operation. In addition to agreeing that Red Bull will take over part of Honda's Milton Keynes facility and expand its own Red Bull Technologies campus as well, it is expected that the takeover plan will include at least some Honda personnel remaining involved beyond 2021. By the end of last year, Red Bull and Honda were believed to have agreed their major terms, and the only remaining uncertainty was whether the freeze would be implemented. Now that's been agreed by F1 stakeholders, finalising the deal should be a formality and be completed in the coming days, barring any unexpected setbacks. Red Bull has also hinted it could use the experience of maintaining the Honda engines over the next few years, and the infrastructure it will need to put in place to manage that, to explore the possibility of building its own engine to future rules. How F1's next-gen engine is impacted. The engine freeze and expected Red Bull Honda engine takeover will ensure F1 keeps 4 manufacturers until its next-generation engine is introduced, and that's almost certainly going to be brought forward from 2026 to 2025. This was a proposal all continuing manufacturers had expressed support for, as while the freeze was widely welcomed as a way to keep massively inflated engine development costs down, keeping it to 3 years was considered the best option. That means we can now expect a new set of engine rules a year earlier than planned in 2025, although exactly what those rules will be remains uncertain. With the current V6 turbo hybrid era poised to stretch to 11 seasons by the end of 2024, 5 key objectives have been set out for F1's 2025 engine. Environmental sustainability, social and automotive relevance, fully sustainable fuel, creating a powerful and emotive engine, significant cost reduction, and attractiveness to new engine manufacturers. However, there is division over which technology should be adopted to achieve that. The automotive world is pursuing fully electric powertrains, so F1's hybrid technology may not go far enough, while unproven options such as hydrogen fuel are still in the early stages of being explored. Interim options for F1 include using so-called carbon-neutral fuels as its sustainability focal point, allowing F1 to reduce its hybrid tech or embrace a simpler hybrid system that produces more electrical power. A high-level working group has been established, including current and potential engine manufacturers and fuel suppliers, to consider the route F1 should take. But it appears it will be some time before a specific direction is chosen. Let us know in the comments what you think of F1's early engine freeze, the prospect of Red Bull's Honda takeover, and what F1 should do for its 2025 engine. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to The Race to keep up with the biggest stories from F1 in 2021.